What up, y'all? You know who it is. Your boy JD Kiss, you know what I mean? Right now with Chris John. Shout out to Camden, New Jersey, all my niggas out there. Let's get right into it. Yeah!
BTBTV. Chris John, man. Newborn, let's get him, man. Yeah, never off plan. Used to get busy with them guns in my hand. 4 or 5 or a black 9 with a grand in my pocket and beef cool as a fan. BTBTV, we are not playing. Y'all just talk, we back it up and down. Sideways, F what y'all saying. We Kyrie and Kanye. This a boss talk, so you clowns should just fly away. Hop on the bridge, throw your frame off the highway. This not a game, this is business, this my way. Real talk, your opinion is nothing to us. We gon' stay on chill, long as y'all don't violate. But it's not fair. We could be cool on your worst nightmare. We the best, I swear. And you could be my friend or enemy, I don't care. And you better beware. Cause we coming for the whole pie and we don't share. No, it just ain't fair. But we the best, I swear. We the best, I stay up in the mix. A project politics, my mood kinda sick. Name well known from the hood to the sticks. 100 on the highway, flying so fast, burn the gears when I shift. Some people kick dirt on your name, what shoes you gave them. Broke your back for them and they got the nerve to play you. Kick raps, door all pushed and shoved my way through. Bum rush the kitchen, put my floor up on the menu. The jealousy be hitting up in jokes. That's why I stay serious like David Banner turned in the Hulk in pure form like the Pope. Haters get infrared beams with the scope, so run and get ghosts. We fight good, boxed in like Floyd on the ropes. I'm the great black hope. Man, we the team and they know it coast to coast and it just ain't fair.
All the hard pieces of God.
Your worst nightmare, we the best, I
swear.
Salute. And you could be my friend or enemy, I don't care. And you better beware. Cause we coming for the whole pie and we don't share. No, it just ain't fair. We the best. If you with us, put your lighters in the air. No, it just ain't fair. BTBTV. Just ain't fair, man.
They gon' say the money changed me, but I'ma say the haters did it. I watched them suckers bend the rules, but what I do, forgave them niggas. Making movies, I played the villain. Shaking, moving, making millions. Money calling, my line beeping. I had to tell them to wait a minute. Philippe steak from table scraps. I don't lie with making raps. Enough dough saved up that I can pay the label back. Overseas tour and I'm staying at a Paris.
And yo, I come through to the Paris Hilton. Yo, the Matt Miller Show, peace, bro. Sticky Finish, peace. Yo, Carter House, peace to the guys. I see the guys in the building, man. I'm gonna do something short and sweet, but we're gonna touch on a few topics, man. I got my brother Cross coming here, and then they got Shabu BLR coming in. Salute, my boy.
Salute. What's going on with you, man?
Greg Bennett, come on in here, bro. Let's get this popping, bro. Because yo, today is the day, man, that we lay all shit to bed, man. Yo, before I start, let me say peace to the 5% nation of guys and nurse. Salaam alaikum, alhamdulillah, rahmatullah, all the true living Muslim brothers and sisters out there. This is the King of New Jersey. This is BTBTV, where we bully the bullies. I'm your honorable host, born divine almighty Allah. You know what I'm saying? I got my brother Cross here, the Plug Podcast.
Salute to the chat. Salute to the chat. Grand rising to the chat.
Yo,
we here.
Yo, we here. Yo, but yo, first, let me say this, man. R. Kelly get well, man.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm gonna say that first. R. Kelly get well, man, because I don't believe that was a intentional OD. Really? No, I'm saying. You don't think so? Nah, I believe they try to take him, get him up out of there, bro.
Oh yeah, that's what I think. Because remember, he had made an announcement, and I guess speculation is that I guess one of the inmates or whatnot, they was promised lesser time or to be let go. If something the case, because allegedly people are saying like he's again part of that whole that whole Diddy chain of, in the mix. Somehow he know a lot going on. And I think that, I don't know, this is crazy, man, because again, the question I got is, and I don't know if you might know, do he still got money?
Yeah, R. Kelly, he's not broke like us, bro. That nigga, he rich broke.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, based off of him having a little money in there, my question is, almost like how they came out and they talked about Allen Iverson, right? They said, Allen Iverson turned 50, so the people had put money back for him so he can get it. So when he turned 50, he got $50 million the other day.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Right. So I'm just saying, is it something in the contract that maybe Kelly or they know? Like, say, for instance, he got so many years and then boom, this is his. See what I'm saying? Like, almost like how they did Mike. Most people don't know Mike had the biggest publishing in the world. They said all the way down to elevator music. They said that some of the elevator music that was playing in the hotels, Michael Jackson had copyright. So I'm just curious to know did he have some back residual coming to him?
Oh yeah, R. Kelly basically he was self-made, bro.
Right, and he wrote a lot of songs too. That's what I'm saying.
He wrote songs for Mike. He wrote a lot of songs for everybody, bro. So yeah, no, I believe he had money he had money that was owed to him too, bro.
Right, just like when you think about it, think about Angie Stone. See what I'm saying? Mysteriously, you telling me this man that went to all these different prisons and he get to, because he's transferring, because that means he's going to a lower minimum, and then he get in a damn lower minimum area. But he was in the actual prison. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. So the lower minimum shits, bro. You could easily get your hands on mad work, bro.
Right.
So he could have OD'd, but that's highly unlikely. I don't believe that, bro.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
if he OD, he was trying to kill himself, bro.
Right, or either my bad guy, or either somebody forced him to do it. You feel me? Because you never heard any stories of R. Kelly dealing with anything, with drugs and you know what I'm saying.
We heard he did drugs. He drunk, but most people drink it and sniff powder.
Right, remember his biggest thing was them hoagies. Them big stogies. I'm sorry, stogies, smoking on stogies. So I just like you say, pray for that man, because it's something else to it. And like I said, like you said, it's out of our tax bracket. But I just don't really think that this man had got this far along and made it through prison this far to then decide at the end, you know what? Like, it's no possibility. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Well, I want everybody to listen to this first clip I'm about to play, right? Hold up. This is the first one right here. Yeah, it's the first one. This is 50 Cent baby mother blasting him on a radio show in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to listen to this. We're going to listen to this thoroughly. I'm going to stop it in between so we can debate back and forth on it. And then we're going to listen to what 50 Cent had to say, and then we're going to listen to what she had to say on her recent interview. You know, you good with that, Cross?
Oh, man, let's go. That's good.
Maybe in the building. Let's go. We about to play a video. Peace of God.
You already know.
We're about to play this video real quick. Yeah, everybody put their mic on mute. Let's listen to this real quick.
Now Shanique Tompkins, 50 Cent's baby mom, live in studio, exclusive interview, her first radio interview. She's telling all, why didn't 50 come to the graduation? Is she all about the money? What role does she have in this? And why she ain't answering his phone call? Because he's calling her. I just saw it. Okay. Did you invite 50 to the graduation?
I didn't know a parent needs an invitation to a graduation.
Oh my God. But how would he know if y'all not in the same city? He's busy. He's got stuff going on. He's a big time celebrity. How would he know?
I think you make time for what you want to make time for. I mean, you know your son is in the 12th grade. You know that children, depending on the state, they graduate May, June-ish. You're busy, but that's why you have.
So he should have called you and found out?
No. We don't need to speak. You have assistants. the assistant can call the school, and you can, he's always talking money, money, money. So then you could fly on your private jet with your big gold chains.
Oh yeah, you're mad.
And
now why you had to throw that in?
I know, because
why you got to.
All right, hey, yo, Cross,
yo,
Jack Mizzle, y'all heard that, right?
Yeah, that part started now because that's the older video. That's more of a person scoring. Because, like I said again, one thing I can say is I didn't like what she said when you got assistants. Now, what she could have said is that's his daddy, so he don't have to talk to me. He could have been talking to him, but he wasn't even doing that. So I ain't like the fact how she came at him about the jury and all that. That sound hating, but. He should have I mean, we all got kids. So if you separate.
Bro, I'm going to keep it real with you, bro. You know my situation with my youngest son, bro. You know what I'm saying? And when the mothers are bitter, what they would do is they'll block you from even talking to your older son. But me and my son, we used to talk on the phone. She found out he was talking to me. She took his phone from him and blocked all my numbers.
But I'm saying about him being a senior and graduating, bro. Like, he's a senior.
Bro, we can't make no excuses for that, bro. Because we all know, man, how women get sometimes, bro. Not all women, because my older my mom was like that. Your moms was like that. Mac Mizzle moms was like that. Shabu moms was like that. You know what I'm saying? They never. My mother never talked bad about my father to me. Anything I found out about my father that was bad, I learned by firsthand experience, bro. So you should never kick a man in the back that was paying you $25,000 a month for 6 years, and then he get a deal worth $100 million, and now you want $50,000 a month. That's bull. That's BS, bro.
But like you said again, you said moms, and then you said. Use your example of your situation in your relationship. Same thing with my oldest son. I went through the same thing. Like I tell you the story. So what I'm saying is that I don't even speak to his mother. I haven't spoke to his mother in years. I speak to him. So everybody's different. I'm speaking from my perspective.
From my perspective, did your son ever listen to anything his mother said negative about you and use it against you?
Yes, he did.
He did?
Yes, he did.
So
all the way through the years, because again, that was the whole reason why he couldn't come here when he was living where he was at, till he finally came. When he came, then I had to put in the work. And then even after he left, I said, you know what, no matter what, I'm going to keep the contact with you. That's what happened in my side. Again, I can't speak for everybody. I'm just saying from that point of view is he could have, the assistants, I wouldn't even involve no assistant or whatever. I'm saying him having a relationship like to the day. Me and my son, we have a very strong bond today. But before then, no, it wasn't like that. He was scared of me because of the negativity of what his mother and them would say about me as a person.
And then you got to think, I didn't mean to cut you off, but we got to think about this too. And yo, I'm going to say this. 50 seen his son in a jewelry store. And he spoke to his son. His son walked to the jewelry store like, you following me? You going to do something to me? Yo, this before 50 even ever started going in on him, bro. Bro, I don't understand that. I don't understand that, bro. You think what I'm saying? That's some stuff that woman put in a young boy's head, man. And he's not strong enough. Put it like this. He's a man with his mother's emotions.
Yeah.
I told you, my son, he was like, your mom said, you did this, you did that, Dad. Why you cheated on my moms? I'm like, why would she tell you something like that? At the time he was only 13. Why would you know something about that? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. But I want y'all, peace to the guy Shabu in the building, man.
Shabu,
peace, my brothers, peace.
I'm about to play this video so y'all can listen to it, man. Hold up. I'll play it right now. This is 50 Cent baby mother on her first interview. She's trying to blast 50 Cent on the radio.
You gotta say that.
I'm not mad.
Why would you say that?
Because
you want to be on that plane, huh?
No. No,
Yes, you do.
No, we all want the finer things in life, but I left him. So I knew when I left him that I was leaving a lifestyle. So it's not like he left me. I left him. He is privy to the same information that I am privy to as a parent.
Mm-hmm.
You can call the school. You can ask, I'm a parent of a senior, or have your assistant call. I'm not being condescending. Have your assistant call. It was no tickets. It was on the lawn of the school. People that I did invite, they stood on the side to watch the graduation because, like, you could have been there.
Right.
That was your choice. That is your choice. And being that you say you pay tuition, which he doesn't, you should have had a first class ticket then. You pay tuition, right? But he doesn't. Like,
how you gonna pay tuition and it says in a private school? You didn't make enough money to pay tuition. Let's talk about that.
Facts. Talk about you left a lifestyle.
Hold on. Before we put the other video of her talking, right? She said something yesterday that struck a nerve with me, right? She said, I left 50 in 2008. But I know 2004, 50 was on the VMA Awards with Vivica A. Fox. So you didn't leave him, nigga. He left you. Yo, hold up. I'm about to get on my shit, yo. That nigga Zip with the clit shit. Word. He left you, nigga. He left you. If he was matching Vivica A. Fox in 2004, but you say you left him in 2008, who would have been a one?
Yeah.
But so let's get back to this here. I'm just saying, man. Now, this is not my situation. It's neither here nor there, but I understand.
and like 50 talks about this lifestyle.
He doesn't take care of your.
He pays child support. No, he doesn't pay. No, he doesn't pay tuition. He promised me he would, and then he changed his mind. And and I told him I wanted Marquis to change schools because I felt like the school that he was going to was getting a little rough. And
he's in private school.
He's in private school, and
so the money that he pay you for child support, you have to take the child support money and pay for the tuition.
I took the money that I made from. See, he says get a job. I had a job with TLC Network, and you came and stopped that.
What do you mean you came and stopped that?
I had to deal with a reality show.
Yeah.
The show was canceled. The show was canceled, but everyone got paid their full contract, but me. So you say get a job. I had one. TLC sent me a 1099. I filed taxes. I had one, but so it's like.
You show me screenshots of him calling you. Why don't you answer the phone calls?
Because prior to those calls, and thank God for screenshots, but prior to those calls, I spoke with him and we spoke for a couple of hours on the phone. And when you feel like you can't get through to a person,
right?
I feel like I know how to set boundaries. I'm not going to waste my time. And he's always going in what happened in the relationship. Marquis is never the main focus. It's what you did to me. You left me. You did this. You did that. He never takes responsibility for his actions.
But you're still with the guy that you left him for 12 years. Y'all were still together.
Yes.
Okay. We were talking out the air, and you said when he's lashing out, and you said he's hurt. Why is he hurt?
I think me leaving him, it reinforced all those abandonment issues that he suffered as a child. And it's unfortunate and it's sad. Like
what do you mean?
He never knew his dad. His mom died when he was 9, but he never lived with his mom. See, that's another, he likes to create his own reality.
All right, yo, Shabu.
Wow, she is totally violating. She is totally violating. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, first of all, I want to know how much money was 50 sending her for child support. Because
hold on. At one time, he sent her $25,000 a month. She went to court. Listen real quick. He was sending her $25,000 a month. She went to court. We signed we inked that deal with the Vitamin Water Company.
I remember that.
She went to court for $50,000 a month. And when she went to court, the judge said he bought you a house. He set you up a business. You know what I'm saying? And I'm only giving you $6,700 a month now. He was giving her $25,000 a month without the court saying it.
I think she was trying to get 80 at that time or something like that.
$80,000 a month.
Yeah,
Like
I think she was trying to get $80,000 a month.
Right.
And it wasn't in LA, because LA is the ones that usually award the most amount of money.
It was in Georgia. It was in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, and I think one of the things is, like you said, with that right there, the changing of the schools and wanting more money, that's different, because then she threw it up about his son. And again, he did the right thing starting off with 25,000, because that's what he felt like, you know what I'm saying, which is a lot. Because again, if he probably didn't want the courts to get involved, so she looked at it from, again, that could be from the bitter point, from her point of view. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, again, this is coming from her view of looking at it. You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect to none of the women in the chat, but it's from a female perspective. So again, we're gonna have the opposite way of looking at it. It's just a simple fact. Again, like we say, breaking it down, this shit just really sad. You know what I'm saying? That grown folks, from the Cardi B's to all of them, get on the internet and do this shit for what? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the only thing.
And she was getting 25 a month. That's what, $500,000 a year, right?
Yep, $500,000 a year. Almost.
With one child, and somebody that already gave you a house to live in and everything else. Like, what's the problem?
No, he paid for her realtor's license. She was selling houses. She sold her first house to Lloyd Banks.
See, that be the problem,
I
man.
set her up with a business. She's straight up and down, man.
Shout out to my bro, Bigger BX, man. It was good seeing you, bro. It was good seeing you at Jean's birthday, at Jean's Father's Day bash, bro. We had a ball, yo, for real. But yeah, what you were saying, yeah. That's 25,000 a month. Hold up, my phone at. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure my math is right. Hold up,
yeah, 200 is what? No, 4. That ain't that. Yeah.
25.
4 is 100.
0, 0,
so
0. 25,000 times 12 months.
That's going to be 300.
You have 300,000.
Right.
300,000 a year.
And you got one child.
Facts. Hold up. The question I want to know is, she's talking shit. Marquise is talking shit. But the daughter that 50 Cent raised, that wasn't his daughter, she haven't said anything.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Let's get on that. Yo, Cross, what you think about that? The daughter that 50 Cent raised that she had before him, she haven't did anything to disrespect 50. Why do you think that is?
One, I think what it is they might have, again, like you said, they might have a different relationships. I've seen it in relationships shit. In my own family, I've seen it. So what I'm saying is, she ain't saying nothing. And again, you gotta think, you know how back in the days your mama said, boy, you could tell you're your father's child, or you got your father's ways. Like with him, he just like his daddy. He got to get on that internet. He not gonna get played on. He gonna come back and say something out of the blue. But at the end of the day, we all know it's because they all damn hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like I said again, same thing with 50 putting out these tweets and stuff about his baby mama. But at the end of the day, that he still got a younger son, and the younger son gonna see that later on. And again, that's grown people don't know how to conduct themselves, especially shit. If I got millions, I'm not getting on the internet embarrassing myself. You don't see that in other places. So the entertainment world.
Bro, let me tell you something, bro. Sometimes you might not even want to be with the chick no more, bro. But you later had a baby with this chick, and you didn't know what she was about. You know what I'm saying? You knew something.
But you still have a baby. The end result is another person.
Yeah, bro.
That's all I'm saying.
No, what I said, we talked earlier, and I said, "Nah, I wouldn't have did that. I want to do this. I want to do that."
Right.
But
Exactly.
let me tell you something. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I'm gonna be 100% honest. My word is my bond. My bond is my life. I give my life for my words are felt. Right. I didn't tell my son what the shit his mother did because he's too young to know it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Once my son get grown and he asks me what really happened, my ex-wife, I'm gonna tell him everything. I'm gonna let him know everything about his mother. I ain't cutting no corners. I ain't biting my tongue. You dig what I'm saying? Sometimes when they get grown, you be honest with them. They kids, you try to placate them. You know what I'm saying? You try to I ain't gonna say this, ain't gonna say that because I don't want him to feel a certain way about his mother, even though I feel like she's a piece of shit. Black Widow, salute, sis. Peace to my sis, Black Widow, in the building. So, yo, I'm gonna play this, and then I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play some more of this, and then I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go to the 50 Cent interview. Then I'm gonna go to the new interview by his baby mother.
His grandmother told me extensively, like when I had Marquis, she sat me down. She said she was always here with me. So I think it reinforced those abandonment issues, and I think that's why he's so angry. But I feel like you're really not angry with me. You're really angry with your mom, not me. And I think that's what it is.
Okay, I want to ask somebody something.
Yeah, that's because
you never say that. I'm gonna let. Now, who is this that I'm talking to?
This is my firstborn child, my first love,
and it's her birthday today.
Yes.
Okay, you never talk. When you and I see you over there, you're on your device, so I know you're on Twitter, I know you're on Instagram.
Yes.
When you see and you hear these people who say these things about the person that you love so much, who's been there for you, how does it make you feel?
It's very hurtful, especially knowing what the truth is, and there's always two sides to every story. But I'm a big blogger, like I love the blogs, but I try to stay away from reading the comments.
Do you go back and forth with people? Have you ever gotten into some tweets when somebody says something about your mom?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, and how do you end up blocking the person or cause
yes, always. My block button is used very often.
What do you think is the biggest misconception about your mom? That she's a gold digger? That she's bitter? What is it?
She's bitter.
That she's bitter?
Yes.
And
yo, she know her mom. She know her mom was a gold digger already. Yeah, hold on. Pause this, yo. No, yo, you heard what she said, right? She kept that shit short and sweet, right?
That's bitter. That people think that she's bitter. You know what I'm saying?
But she said about the gold digger part.
Right.
Yeah, yo, I'm gonna get off that right there. I'm gonna go to what 50 Cent said in the interview after this. I want y'all to listen to this, and then I'm gonna go to Shanique with her new interview. I'm being fair, yeah. I'm being fair. So I'm being fair. Even though she's a bird, I'm being fair for
when I told you I was giving her $500,000 a year.
Yeah, you used to always say he's almost 18. The child support's gonna be up.
Gonna be up soon, and you don't see it because that's not real to them. They just live in the moment, and it's fine. I'll take care of it on the next thing when it comes. The next check's coming in every month. Like I don't feel the pressure or resentment that men feel with child support because I take care of it when the problem's happen.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning I took the money and moved it to an account that year. So on the books, that was an expense for that year. And then the next year, I didn't feel that financially anymore. And it was like they was receiving it every month, but I had already put that money so I already took the loss on that year. So later, if you're not having years that bring in the same kind of money, it may affect you more later. I mean, if your career slows down, if you're not, I just didn't want that to be an issue at any point, so I just took care of it like that. Saya is the situation when I have good communications with and for him, it's his aunt, really. His aunts and make it easier for me because I don't really like with moms like that. So, but we have been able to share and raise them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no real fighting there and stuff like that. And you go outside of you would think that puppy situation, you would there's nothing else there. No problem. Yeah.
You know, most young men grow up and they realize that, you know, they was only getting one side of the story, usually from the mother. So then that's when they want to, you know, go talk to the pops and they like, damn, have that relationship.
It kind of happened in Raising Kanan.
Yeah, you know, Raising Kanan was really like him. It's the kid that's been sheltered and he looks and he's excited by Ghost. He's wearing the suit stuff, and you don't really understand who Ghost is. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like they just came into jail to make that, and he wanted to get his business back. It was just allowing him the opportunity to deal with that, so he would deserve everything that he did for him. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
In that character. But when you look at to this point where
so you would never be open to it?
Hold on one second.
No, I don't think the relationship works. I'm not for a long.
What you said, Cross?
I didn't say anything.
I thought that must have been in the background. My bad, yo. Hold on. Let me go back.
Time, man, I went running behind him. I went places that he went, and he left the place. You see what I'm saying? And then I went to even the text messages that was out. If y'all get a chance to look at them, that's me talking to his mother, because his mother's texting me through his phone. You see what I'm saying? So I said the thing that I said, knowing that this is her responding to me. And it looks a little rough for him, for what I'm saying to him, but it's the circumstances of, look, what's the penalty of you not following the order? All you do is go back to court.
Yeah.
She never got a job. What is the penalty? There's no penalty for her. They're going to tell me to pay my lawyer, to pay her lawyer.
That's real.
To pay for everything every time you go do it. And there's no penalty for her because she doesn't have anything outside of what they're saying is support for the child. So what do? They're not going to tell her to pay for anything. She just, to continue, the same energy you see there has been there. You see what I'm saying? So while he's there, go order a hookah, watermelon hookah, and you see him run, go get it.
Man, shut up.
All right, y'all. yo, it's Shabu. It ain't funny, bro. It ain't funny.
Yo, it is. It is because for the simple fact, you know, people always want to go with the narrative, you know, of that, you know, not just saying
a black man not really a father of kids. That's what I'm talking about. That's
right. They putting that out there, but like 50 say, after a while, you can only chase down the relationship with your children, but so much. You know, like a lot of people say at times, like you got favorites. You know, like I know example with my children, you know, my oldest son, he's always on deck. We talk every day and so forth and so on. My middle son, it's a different relationship. And it's only a different relationship because no matter what their mother is influencing them with in their head, that once they get of age, like for instance, once they become a teenager and you get a phone in your hand, you know what I'm saying? That's your own phone. The same way you call your friends and deal with them, you can call your father. Or even with my grandchildren, you know what I'm saying? If you only calling me every time to receive some money from me, birthdays or what you need, but when Father's Day roll around or when my birthday roll around, you can't even get on the phone to at least call me and say, you know, Dad, happy Father's Day, or Father, happy birthday, or whatever it may be. It's a give or take situation, you know? And like 50 is saying, if you gave a person $1 million, you've been providing for them with 25,000, or like I said initially, $500,000 a year, and we can see that 50 is intelligent when it comes to his money. He explained, I put that on the side already to make sure that it's not an issue every month. So now you done had this opportunity of receiving this money years and years and years and years, but you didn't plan anything for the future outside of freeloading. And then you could get up on there and try and act like you clowning the man by saying, I left him, and then you was with somebody else for 12 years. If that person supposedly been the person that took the place, then the issue of money or providing should have never been there, because it's like everything else. If you're going to go get with the next man, then that next man got to be responsible for something too. So they always try and throw it out there like it's the black man abandoning his children, not being there for his children. But when you extend yourself from every shape, form, and fashion that you can to have a relationship with your child, to do the financial things that's necessary with your child, and here it is, they moms that's in control of everything is just spending everything up, because you got broads that's like that they have the opportunity when we out here, we doing good and we taking care of them. They not trying to create no business. They not trying to do anything to add on to the situation. All they want to do is stay in the background and live off of what you doing or what you giving them. And that part of the game ain't fair.
No, that's a fact.
And I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna be 100%. I'm gonna be $150. I'm gonna be $1 million with you niggas. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I remember when this was my first wife. You know what I'm saying? I remember we got married and everything. She asked me to get off the road when I was bodyguarding, but I knew after we bought that house in Virginia, I'm like, yo, I bought it straight cash. We didn't have no payments or nothing. I was like, if you want me to get off the road, I'll get off the road, but the money ain't gonna be the same if I'm working a regular job. She's like, no, you need to be home more with me and your son and this and that. I'm like, all right, you know what? I did it. Yo, bruh. Not even 6 months later, she started complaining about money. I'm like, yo, when I was on the road, I was sending you $1,500 a week. House is paid for. So why are you know what I'm saying, bugging about money now? You should have stacked that money for that whole year. I would send you that $1,500 a week.
Yep.
You know, you should have stacked that bread. I was sending you $1,500 a week. You asked me to get off the road. I'm figuring you got your account, you got the account straight. You know what I'm saying? I got my account straight. 6 months later, my money started running low and I'm working a regular job. Now you saying, oh, you a deadbeat, you a criminal, you this, you that. I'm scared of you. You know what I'm saying? Now what that telling me is you trying to build up a case on me. So when you talk slick and I bust your head to the white meat, it'd be like I was wrong.
Nah, boy.
No, I'm just saying, and I don't beat women, but I'm saying, yo, let me go back. Let me go to this video. Let's just see this video. And y'all tell me what y'all think about it, because I don't want to talk about my stuff. Let me talk about. Hold on. Here we go right here. Yeah, here we go. Let's get to that. Yo, this is courtesy of MR.EASTWICK TV. Shout out to my bro MR.EASTWICK, bro. We had a ball this weekend, nigga, that passed. So
Salute to MR.EASTWICK.
Chaos that comes with it. He's supposed to be well fed, organically fed, well tutored, behind someone's gated community, security. Like, that's what it is. Like, at one point, when the Murder Inc. trial was going on, Chris Lighty suggested that we homeschool more kids. But security, security purposes.
Did y'all get threats?
No, not that I know of, but just for security purposes, like, oh, well, he should be homeschooled. We homeschooled. Marquise was homeschooled. So now that I decided I don't want to be with you, you just say, oh, that's it. You just throw us to the wolves.
Well, let me ask you. Because people say we're gonna touch on a few things because the home burning. We'll get to that in a second. Why didn't you want to be with him? Because at this point, he's a famous rapper. Junior is clicking. You know, he's a sex symbol in a sense because he's in great shape. Why wouldn't you want to be with somebody at that point in his career?
Because he was abusive. Well, he still is abusive. I'm just not in his presence, but he's abusive. Emotionally, physically, he's abusive. And the last straw for me was he hit me in front of my daughter. And I said, as a mother, if I allowed her to see him hit me and stay with him, what example am I setting for my daughter? And that's when
You know what? I'm gonna say something, bro. I'm gonna say something as a man. I could believe he probably smacked the shit out. She said some slick shit. He probably came off a tour and caught her doing some dumb shit in the house, bro. He put his hand.
But again, however, she should have said that shit a long time ago. You don't say it now. Now that's what I don't like. Now you adding to. Now you went on this campaign run, and then on the other thing when she did the whole interview, the old interview, they said she was with a man for 12 years.
Yeah, and 50 Cent told her if a nigga will leave in the house, you gotta pay rent. He gotta pay rent.
Right, but I'm just saying from the point of her, when I heard it, I could go back and I think Dude said, yeah, so you with your guy, it's been 12 years. I'm like, okay, so she went on this press run, okay. But this time, I don't like that because one is, if you talking about you did that for the protection of your daughter and stuff like that, but you didn't say that in the first interview, you said you left him. You left him and he was hurt because he was left. So now you're saying you left him because he was putting his hands on you. That doesn't make sense. That's two different things. And then you included your daughter. Why your daughter didn't look like she was traumatized? She didn't even say nothing about it.
She didn't say that. Yo, because her daughter she loved Curtis Jackson, bro. That's why she didn't say that, because she was like, this was my father. Her real father was nowhere around. She probably would know her real father, bro.
Right. I'm just saying, yeah. And that's why I said I don't like what she said that I heard that last night when she brought up where he was hitting on me. Okay, if he did that, why would you wait this long to tell anybody? Like she said, she trying to tell a story. But
you seen the part where she said, my bad, Clark, but you seen the part where she said the Me Too movement wasn't around back then. So now she's saying all this shit right now, you know? It's kind of weird still, you know?
yeah, that's weird. Because you would definitely have some police records or some evidence of you calling the police. So you was fighting them back too. Like Bourne said, you got smart, he got smart, shit happened, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, yeah.
Well, let's go back to this interview, yo. My bad. I mean, I just wanted to say something about that.
That was it for me. It was that and another incident with Marquise. So it was two incidents, but it was kind of close. And there was another incident with Marquise, Yayo, and Banks used to have an apartment where they used to share in Manhattan. And I went to pick 50 up from there. So Marquise told me that I guess like he had a girl there, like, you know, a girl that, he just told me something. So him and I got into an argument. He beat the mess out of me and then told Marquise, see, it's your fault. I had to whoop your mother's ass. So those were the two incidents.
Hold on. Pause. Yeah, we'll pause that real quick. Yeah, hold on.
Yo, she whack, man. She whack. Straight up. I ain't with putting my hands on no woman, but it been plenty of situations where women done went at it first. And just like Cross said, why all of a sudden, and not knocking the Me Too movement or whatever, but it's got to be some, statutory time limits on some of these things. Because you got people going back 30 years now, like Bill Cosby situation and so forth and so on. Why would you not have brought all these issues up before? And just like on the other interview, you had a smile on your face when you said, I left him. Now you want to bring up 2 incidents. We're not talking about numerous incidents. We're not talking about, because most of the time when a man is abusive and they putting their hands on you, they a woman beater, you know what I'm saying? It's way more than some 2 incidents that you could come up with talking about. Because that nigga's going upside your head every time y'all got some type of beat.
Let me say something real quick. And me and Cross was talking about this shit earlier. You know what I'm saying? Cross was defending her.
It wasn't the fact. I'm talking about the kids. I'm talking about the kids, bro. The kids.
That's what I'm saying, though. I'm not saying you was wrong. What I'm saying is you was defending her on that point. You know what I'm saying? And now you hear
about the kids. I already seen these videos. I said what I said before. I said,
let me say something, Cross.
Yeah.
F the kids, bro. My life is important too, bro.
God,
my life is important too. My life is important too, bro.
Listen. I'm gonna make a public announcement. This does not reflect the other 3 individuals on this panel. This is a reflection of the King of New Jersey show, which he promotes very well. Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, I ain't saying that. I'm not gonna say no shit like that, man.
Yo, what I'm saying is, F the kids. This is about her trying to assassinate my character, bro.
Man, I get that part, but we can't say it ain't the kids that saying you can't say F the kids off of that. That's her. I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying. I'm with you on that.
But guess what, Cross? At this point right now, with what we dealing with right now, they ain't kids no more. They grown.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
So if he attacks his character, you know what I'm saying? Then it's gloves off, because for a simple fact, we dealing with adults now, and just throwing all type of shots. Like Chris Lighty called me and told me we should do homeschooling. You had the bread to do all of that. 50 wasn't interfering with none of that. He was making sure that you were straight, that any type of move that you wanted to make that was in the betterment of both of y'all child, that you had the ability to do that. Come on, we know how many black women that's in the hood, they got 3-4 baby fathers. Ain't none of the fathers doing nothing for them. They working, they trying to go to school and better their life and everything else. You had a shot at doing anything that you wanted to do after you made the choice to leave me. It ain't like you left me and I just abandoned the whole situation. Okay, you left me. I'm emotionally over that, but I'm still going to do for my child. But here it is now in 2025. You want to bring up this about that I was putting my hands on you and I was emotionally abusive and all this other crap. Nah, man, you just is one of them broads that want to lay on your ass and reap the benefits from my hard work, but not do the right thing.
Well, I'm gonna say something and I'm gonna let Born go. But my thing was, she said, well, yeah, Marquise, he was over there at Tony Yayo house with a girl. And then my thing was, he had to come and say something. My thing is, that doesn't make sense, because we all know back then, 50 being that big, whoever the girl was, why she ain't never come out and say that? Why is it like you can't make up stories and you wasn't there? Talking about 2 incidents. Like those 2 incidents, you wasn't even there. Like the people want nobody there. And if he beat you that bad that you said he did, then why didn't you call? Because you would have got paid at that time, him being who he was. You could at least blackmailed him.
But she said, Cross, that it was an apartment that they was both sharing. And if the nigga was 15, 16 years old,
no, he was sharing an apartment with it was Tony Yayo.
Tony Yayo
and Lloyd Banks. And Lloyd Banks, and she said she went over there and found him with a girl. But if this nigga is a teenager, like how is that something that's like so far-fetched that you gotta start such a big thing?
Hold up. And why would 50 be at Tony Yayo or Lloyd Banks' apartment with a girl and he got a big ass mansion in Connecticut?
No, she said that she found Marquise over there with a girl, and she made an issue out of it where it turned into 50 after to smack her up.
God, listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying real quick before you cut me off. Why would 50 Cent be in Lloyd Banks and Tony Yayo's house with a chick, and he had a whole big ass mansion, Mike Tyson mansion in Connecticut, where he could hide his dirt?
But boy, she didn't say that. She said she found Marquise over there with a chick.
Girl.
And she tried to make it an issue, and by her making it an issue, she said that 50 whipped on her. But what I'm saying is, come on, 15, 16 or whatever, or you around and mom show up and catch the girl, all she gonna do, mom's gonna be, yo, boy, you better be strapping up because I ain't trying to get no babies, ahead of time. Don't try and get on here and play some sweet poly, purebred, no disrespect or racial thing, white girl like, oh, I'm so surprised or whatever. You rather know that your son is in there with a female than he in there with a man, with another boy.
Yeah.
I just think that situation, if that was the case, that you had plenty of time because that was back then. You could. That's not like it wouldn't have been fresh in your head. I'm just thinking of how you come up with these other storylines, and then it's two instances that you had it. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I said us as the culture, like the shit we do to try to get back at motherfuckers. Like, come on, bro. Like that shit sound crazy as hell.
She do this every few years. The reason she did this is because Daphne Joy was.
Oh, I know. I saw that. Yeah, she said she was from Queens and she wasn't. What she said, Taiwanese or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't sell. I'm from Queens. I don't sell myself. I'm from Queens, not Taiwanese or some shit. She was talking about the Daphne Joy chick.
But you ain't gonna say yourself because you buying dick, nigga.
What?
She buying dick. She's like, oh yeah, I'm 50 Cent baby mother. You come over and chill with me tonight at my house. And 50 paid for it. Man, get your hood booger ass out of here, bruh. She's a hood booger, bruh. She's on her Instagram showing her new ass, her new titties, and everything, bruh. She's not writing a Zach, bruh. So how you hold on, let me play this. I'm gonna play this, y'all. Upon itself. Yo, shout out to my brother Wax Dog in the building. Wax Dog from South Jamaica, Queens. Wax Dog Jackson, 50's little cousin. Let's talk about that.
It's time to go.
What if recording high-quality content, editing like a pro, and streaming like a star was as simple as...
So the abuse was there. Okay. About what year was that? You remember?
I left him in about maybe 2007, 2008, around that year.
So basically, it was from you to Sierra, then to the most recent.
He definitely had different holes in different areas because they say if Marquise was with him, he had a different woman with him. But like that's not none of my business. But Sierra was like his main girlfriend at the time, which Marquise like really, really liked him. Like he always said. And by the way, it's so crazy. Marquise always expressed how much he liked Sierra, but when he met Daphne, I never forget. We were visiting in New York, and his dad and Daphne was staying at his grandparents' house, and I was staying at my grandmother's house. So he took Marquise over to his grandparents' house, whatever, little visit or whatever. And Marquise came back, and he looked at me, and he said, "Mommy, she's not for my father." And I said, "Well, why don't you say Tell you that. Tell him that he's not. He's like, she's just. I said, well, what did she? Is she nice to you, or did she disrespect me? He's like, she didn't do anything to me. She said she's just not for my father. And that's what's so crazy.
Why do you give a fuck though? If she wasn't mean to him,
right.
she didn't disrespect him. She disrespects him.
Yeah,
Why
why is
would
that?
you care? Why is that an issue?
Yeah, why is that even a conversation? And then why would you have to use? Why would you again? Why are you using your son as an example of what's going on with the situation between 50? Like that, like, and then even then I saw that video. She kept pushing. I thought we gonna talk about what's going on with the court. She can't wait because that's her only way her get back now. That's her way of saying, what's going on. That's why I
Yo,
said,
you know what's so funny when she make a statement like that, right? If 50 didn't have no type of relationship with Marquise, then why would he come back to her and say, after she stated that he liked it, Sierra and everything else, but now he's saying, yo, I don't think she no good for my father. Because at the end of the day, when a child got a relationship with their father, even though she didn't say anything or anything out of order, it just was her character that he felt that this broad was no good for his father. And for him to have any type of feelings for his father from that aspect, then he had to been, somewhat in tune with his father. So don't try and make it seem like 50 just been a deadbeat dad and they ain't had nothing to do with each other this whole time, because now you showing that they did have something. He came to get him to bring him over his grandparents' house, and he met another broad that now he's come back to his mama and say to his mama, yo, I don't think that she no good for my father. So that shows that they had some type of relationship with each other, because that child, if he ain't got no feelings for his father, then why would he have any concern about who his father's with?
well, let's even go even further and add to what you're saying. If he didn't have a relationship, he was trying to build it. Her getting on there saying, Marquis said that. How would his daddy feel knowing that, oh, this nigga was over there talking about me, when it probably wasn't even that? It can't be that. Like, how you gonna remember? You talking about shit. You talking about bras. You talking about bras your nigga used to smash. Like, are we talking for real? Like, he ain't talking about the nigga that you was with. So why are you talking about, you going down the line of the Sierras and all these people? Why are you worried about, if, first of all, how that conversation come up with you and your son? Oh, what was she like? What was she like? She was all right. She was nice. I don't think. Oh, did you think she for your dad? Like, that sound like some shit that she was trying to pick and get out. I don't like that shit.
Right, bro.
Because that even makes the relationship even run out in 2025. It makes the relationship even more strained if they were trying to work on it. Because you keep saying Marquise is saying it. Why don't you say what you said? Yeah, why you putting kids involved? That's why I said again, I go back to saying the kids shit. She talking about he hurt because he need to have a relationship with his son. That's what you should be saying, versus nothing about what your son came back and ran and tell you. That's not what boys do. And you train that boy growing up to go back to go tell you everything. You should never know how was she like. She famous. That's what she like.
Yo, this shit is crazy, bro. Hold up. I'm about to get back to the video, yo. And then I'm gonna get to a yeah, I'm about to hold up. For myself, yeah.
Crazy, like he didn't like her from the jump, but like I said, was adored Sierra, but didn't like her. I don't want to say he didn't like her. He just said that whatever he said, I don't know if it was like a discernment. He just said it. She just wasn't that.
Now, I got a quick question before we get to the home burning situation, which is kind of deep. that wasn't the first time that he abused you, was it?
No, but when it filters out in front of the children, like no, like the first time he ever hit me, to be honest, was I'm gonna talk about this. This is a lot of cathartic moments and stuff, but the first time, I don't even think I've told you this. I think the first time he hit, and I don't think I know the first time he hit me, I was pregnant with Marquise. Belly out to here.
Well, let me ask you. So Marquise, I'm pregnant with Marquise, so it's been 12 years. What makes a female stay when she's getting?
Powerball is trying to censor this video before more people discover the loophole that has already helped my husband and me win the lottery 29 times. Yes, I know it might seem crazy, but this new AI that predicts lottery numbers without relying on luck and in a 100% legal way is going viral on TikTok with over 12 million views. People are calling this the biggest lottery loophole of all time. My neighbor Julie was the first to tell me about this loophole after receiving her first Powerball prize of $92,000 last month. And since then, I decided to try it too. Seriously, just last week, I won the lottery twice and finally paid off all the debts I still had. Today, I no longer need to depend on my husband. But as a good wife, I also showed this to him so we could win the lottery together with this system flaw and transform our lives. And what happened afterward left us jumping for joy. Because after 9 months taking advantage of this lottery flaw, we managed to win 29 times and already have $31 million in our bank account. And even some
abused.
I won't say what makes a female stay. I can say what made me stay. And
my apologies, y'all. My apologies.
I'm just because we're talking to the 600 people, so I just want to, because a lot of people say, "Oh, it's the money, it's the money, it's the money."
Oh, but he didn't have any money then. Like I was taking care of him. Right. He didn't have any money then. He didn't. That I was pregnant with Marquise in '96. He didn't become 50 Cent until
I thought he was hustling.
2003. 2003. Yeah, 2003.
Bruh. Yo, for what I'm hearing from all the niggas in Queens, South Jamaica, Queens, 50 already had $1 million. When he was hustling, he had the Benz, the Range Rover. He was running the block. That's what him and Supreme was beefing.
Well, you even think about it. He only signed $1 million deal, so he didn't have a lot of money still at that time. I mean, I guess back then it was some, but it wasn't a lot of money. So I'm trying to figure out if she was with him back then before he blew up. I thought the story was he was tracking.
Yeah. That's the story I heard. That's what I heard from even all them niggas, South Jamaica Queens nigga. Bammy, all them old ass niggas from South Jamaica.
Hey,
what about you, Jabu?
Look, right? How 50 and Preem first got into their little altercation was because Preem went up on the block and rubbed 50 Cent on the head, and 50 Cent rubbed them back on the head. At that time, ain't nobody would do nothing like that, not unless you already felt at that point in my life, which a lot of older niggas gotta understand too. When cats is coming up and they young and they got the same ambition and drive that you got, it's one thing about respect, and it's another thing about playing somebody like they your doula. So of course, 50 was out there, like Bourne said, you know, he was getting it, the bangs and everything else. But when he made the decision to go hard with the rap situation afterwards and give up hustling to do that, then, you know, a person may not be on like they used to be on. But I'm quite sure hearing this type of broad and the type of broad that she is, she wasn't attracted to 50 because he was some bum ass nigga that wasn't getting no paper out there in the street. So tell all the variables. Don't just tell it like that one time when you got pregnant with Marquise that he was broke. He might have been going through something or made that decision that I'm not going to hustle, but I'm a rap.
Yo, bro, he was shot up at the time, bro.
Right. So
he got shot when she was pregnant, bro. Come on, keep it real, bro.
So what you talking about?
He got shot up. When he got shot up, she was pregnant with Marquise. Do y'all remember that? Hey, Cross, Mac Mills, y'all remember that? She was pregnant with Marquise when 50 got shot.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
No, she said Marquise was there though. You sure? I don't know.
Yo, hold on, let's go back. Let's go back and listen, y'all.
I think
Yo, shout out to MR.TV, yo. This is content.
He didn't have any money. He wasn't this big drug dealer that he tries to claim to be. First of all, he never was a big drug dealer. He was always a corner boy. Let's get that straight. Like anybody from Jamaica, Queens, South Side Jamaica, Queens, Boo was known for his hands, and he was a corner boy. He may have like little Yales and that under him, but he was always a corner boy. He was no.
Wow. So he wasn't trapping hard like that.
Nah, he was. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna pull up right now.
Not discredit him, but like I say, he was known for fighting. He was good with his hands, but he was.
I'm just going by what she's saying.
No, hold on. I'm gonna go by what.
Big Benz, and I guess maybe that gave the facade that he was this big time.
He had a big Benz, right?
Everybody from the neighborhood used to look like you talking to him, like he wasn't that guy. Well, he was not.
Right.
So, she said he wasn't that guy. He was just a regular dude.
How many times did he get shot?
Trying to hustle.
5, 9, 10, 11. Who knows? Did you know how they asked you what it was? How many times he got shot?
Absolutely, I know because I was there. I was there with him in the hospital for weeks, to the point where once he was not in his induced coma. Once he saw I was there, he did not let me leave his side. But he was shot 5 times. 5 times. Once in the jaw.
Hold on. Matter of fact, hold on.
The hip and everything else was like little flesh.
Hold on. Here we go, y'all.
Yo, boy, your man Frank Lucas done been up here twice, man. Shout out to Frank Lucas.
Salute Frank.
The towers with a few others to holler at him and possibly recruit him.
Here we go, y'all.
Bro, man, like ain't no age limit on this shit. I mean,
Now, Jaffe the Mac, aka Jaffe Top Tiger, is a rapper from Southside Jamaica, Queens, American Towers to be exact. Now, Jaffe was one of the guys whose name was ringing from the towers, so 50 thought he'd make a good fit being down with the G-Unit movement. Lloyd Banks, who already knew Jaffe from school, would go to the towers with a few others to holler at him and possibly recruit him. Now, Jaffe would eventually meet 50 Cent and Bang'em Smurf and eventually get down with the G-Unit movement. Now, Jaffe would go on the road with 50 Cent and G-Unit, but his time would get cut short due to having a physical altercation involving 50 Cent's road manager.
Yeah, Wax said it didn't happen from the head rub.
In the situation in a few interviews.
Nah, I didn't say that neither. I just was saying what it was. I never said that.
Marcus was accusing of stealing his jersey, which would lead to Bang'em Smurf and Jaffe jumping him.
first of all, I like to type in that still flip. You know me. The thing I ever took was Nick bitch.
Now, this altercation led to Jaffe and Smurf getting sent home off the tour.
One of my homies had a little situation outside and wound up punching the road manager in the face. We wound up fighting. 50 ain't like that. Send everybody back home.
But unlike Bang'em Smurf, Jaffe Top Tiger would be able to come back on tour with 50 Cent. But before Jaffe could go back on tour with Fifth, he'll run into some trouble with the law. Now, supposedly, Jaffe shot a shot at police from his window and ended up coming outside where police would grab him up, which led to a big altercation between the cops and guys from his building. Now, Jaffe would end up being bailed out of jail and 50 would pay for his lawyer fees. Now, even though Jaffe and Bang'em Smurf became very close, they eventually have a fallout because Jaffe decided to continue to rep the G-Unit brand while Bang'em Smurf and 50 Cent was having problems.
I think he was coming and he started to want to diss them, and I wasn't with that. Because I'm like, they ain't do nothing to me now.
Now, after repping the G-Unit brand and going hard, Jaffe would be shot 5 times over some beef that G-Unit had at the time.
I got shot behind G-Unit. I went to jail. I got shot for I went to jail for a whole year. I had a bag.
Jaffe ended up being in the hospital for 2 months and even being in a coma. He will also have to learn to walk again, and he also had a colostomy bag. Now, while Jaffe was recovering in the hospital, he refused to give police any information on who shot him. So when he was released from the hospital, the cops would arrest Jaffe for a shooting he supposedly done.
Oh, yeah,
Now, Jaffe would end up in
the
jail
whole
while
one,
he was
yo.
shot up, and Lloyd Banks would end
I
up
found the
paying
whole
for
video.
Jaffe's lawyer fees.
Yo, Born.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
No, before you put that on, right? Somebody put up a comment about what I said about Supreme. You see that spot that they talking about, Merritt Towers? See, because I go way back. You know what I'm saying? My man Knowledge and my man Big Love and them used to run those buildings over there. I never said that that's what started, you know, the beef that led into 50 being shot. I just was using that as an example. So when people come up here, you know, listen closely to what individuals say before you respond, because a lot of those situations and those people that they talking about, these dudes came after us. I'm from that era, so I know what I'm talking about when I say certain things. I don't got to get none of this stuff off the internet. Go ahead, boy.
Hold on. Hold on a second. Yeah, hold on. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, y'all made me lose the video, man. Hold on. I got it right here.
Real name is Jesse Brown. He is also a.
But like even when I said with Jaffe, you know, they be top tiger, be like but he was that before. Any blood circ any of that. Like he was already, they had already appointed him that because they just viewed him that.
Jaffe the Met Baller, or Jaffe Top Tiger, is a very close confidant of 50 Cent. His real name is Jesse Brown. He is also allegedly a very extremely high member of the Met Baller family due to his close ties with leader Larry O. Calderon. In this video today, we will be documenting the violent and criminalistic life Jaffe's led, how he met 50 Cent, and the numerous shootings and murders that the government has alleged him to be involved in.
Always around job for them when I was a kid. So if you knew back in the days, job was really responsible for like the streets, like us.
So you already knew him. I got to, first of all, in my time it was totally different, bro. Like coming up, them niggas came and found me. Like I didn't come find nobody.
Come on.
No, I'm just being honest.
That's too cocky for me.
Nigga, fuck with you. Ain't no cocky. I'm being honest. They came and got me from American Towers, nigga.
Now you want to talk aggressive to me because I'm telling you being cocky.
How's that being cocky?
They got
when you say they, who you mean they found you?
The Weezy, my son, and they came. They spoke to Five about me. Bank, oh yo, my man, nigga from the tower, he giving it up over there.
I think Smurf just saying that
my name was
somebody was saying something about these niggas that was wild.
Yeah,
I think Smurf said something like that.
I'm not gonna just say myself because I'm not that type of nigga. It was niggas with me that was putting that type of pain in with me.
You talking about like Money
I
Ron?
ain't doing it by myself. Money Ron, Trav, older brother, Hove.
Oh, okay, yeah, shout out to Hove.
CK, all of them was around a murder,
Shout
murder.
out to freedom.
Know what I'm saying? Low. E, Uncle E, like those are niggas that was around me putting pain in. Like I wasn't doing it by myself.
Okay, so then they came to look for you.
They came and found me. They came to the towers. God is my witness. You can ask Banks and them to this day. They came to the building. It was different back then. Like, nigga, I had mad, like my shit was like organized. You came in, they couldn't even get in. Like, they had to call me, and it was niggas down there gripped up and like stopped them before they even got in there. So that's when niggas like,
hey, Shabu, Wax Off show you
they
love.
had to make a call for me.
Like
Yeah, no doubt, Wax, Doug, no doubt.
Wax dog.
L might have been there. You know what I'm saying? I came downstairs and I spoke to Bank because I know them. They was telling me what they was doing, and when niggas doing unit shit, they doing music. You know what I'm saying? They fuck with niggas. We just trying to, you know what I'm saying, build certain shit.
So when was your first encounter with Bingham?
When I went to the house, I finally got to meet Five. Five want to meet niggas, meet y'all. So that's when I met Bingham. They told Bangham about me. When I got to the house, I spoke to Bangham first. I did speak to him first. And then I spoke to Five. And then from that point on, me and Thumb was close, me and Smurf. Because Five was he was a nigga off the rip. Like he was Fifth. Don't let niggas get you confused. Say no funny shit about this nigga Fifth. Or he's all the way with it. Or he a good nigga. When I first came around, he giving niggas guns and like, yo, listen, if you need anything, like it's here. Off the rip, he like, yo, this is what we doing. Junior Dap, all that shit.
Was that before the deal or during the Guess Who's Back?
That's before the deal came with Eminem.
After being recruited to G-Unit in 2002 and being on tour around the world for over 2.5 years, Jaffe ended up back in the hood after 50 Cent sent him home. He consequently ended up getting shot by Jimmy Henchman over a beef with G-Unit. A lot of rumors online circulating say that it's Bam Smurf over their beef, but it was nothing to do with it. It's even in the Jimmy Henchman paperwork.
Run around with a vest and a gun on when I got hit, like every day. I was sleeping in bitch's bed with my vest on. They looking at me like I'm a weirdo. This is weird nigga doing. Like it's just like
safety, baby.
Yeah, like hit me 5 times. Nigga tried to knock my head off. I'm not playing.
Can you please speak about that? Because you spoke about another platform, but speak about how that was when you was in the Missouri or in front of Missouri.
That happened on the side of Missouri. I was actually there because Frenchie, Mano, all them niggas. What was that day? They had like a
show or something.
Yeah, like they had a concert. I was just going there to have fun. I guess I don't know. Niggas might have seen me. Somebody might have felt threatened. At that time, I was an animal. I'm a demon.
Yeah.
Niggas talking about demons. We was demons. You show you the definition of a real demon back then, like
when it counted.
Yeah, like when
no social media.
These niggas see me. Nigga had his opportunity. He took it.
I got you.
It is what it is. I'm still here though.
Call about that because Demon was in Halim car, right?
Yeah, I was driving.
I had the same car.
Exactly.
At that
He had a
time.
Magnum.
The Magnum, the black Magnum. So I remember getting a call about that.
I got hit 5 times. My son Big Nick was in the car with me at that time.
Big Nick.
What's good with
Shout
Big
out my
Nick?
nigga
He
Big
good.
Nick.
His ass got hit in his leg. I remember that day like vivid. This shit was crazy because I'm driving. But like when I get to the you see what Amazon when you make the right. And then you go straight. So I'm driving after I got the shit got hit up. I'm driving, but the shit hit my hand. See, my knuckles all fucked up. The shit hit my hand, and I'm like, after a while, this shit keep falling. My hand keep like this shit went numb on me. I couldn't drive with it. So I look at Big Nick and I say, yo, where you shot at? He said, I'm hitting my leg, John. I say, yo, drive this fucking car. You don't even hit your leg, nigga.
Your leg,
I'm over here burning up, nigga. I'm breathing hard. Word, I got out the car. He started wilding. He had that shit on the sidewalk. Yeah, we got there though.
It's a real nigga for that. For real.
Yeah, he got us there. He got me there.
Explain this to me though, because I mean, I don't know if we can speak about it.
Back there.
You know what I'm saying?
So you never heard that, right?
We can speak on it.
I thought I was dead. Like the nurse, it was crazy that day. Like it was nuts out there. I didn't get to really see everybody. I just knew it was nuts because the stories these niggas was telling me. But the nurse came out. When she came out, she was like, my mom's everybody out there. She came out there. Oh well, the guy that got the other guy, he's gonna be all right. He had a leg wound. He's gonna be all right. The other guy's not gonna make it. So they start wilding. Everybody going crazy, throwing shit in there. The doctor came. They said like 20 minutes. Like doctor came out jumping around like, oh no, everybody on down. What's y'all doing? He's all right. I took care of him. He's all right. So they started going crazy. They said, oh yeah. I already told him though, because I'm there. I'm shot the fuck up. I knew once they started taking. I didn't even know I was hit that many times. So they started had all black on. Once the doctor started taking my shit, they're like, oh, you got holes right here. Oh, they making me nervous. I'm looking at them niggas. There's a light like this in there. I'm looking at these niggas like, y'all bugging the fuck out right now. Y'all talking about all these holes and shit. Word.
Nah, thank God.
Man, I seen everybody. Like, I'm gonna be good. I told them that.
Now I heard this, right? I heard with Jaffe the Top Tiger. This dude was big in South Jamaica, Queens, bro. You heard what he said. So what Shanique was saying is not actual facts. She's mad, she's bitter, she's hurt.
Yo, I want to give a shout out to my man Big Cheese. Rest in peace. 50 done put him in his joint. Like, I don't know 50 cuz like that. We got all that straight right now. But like I said, man, we've been in all those areas where a lot of individuals that them individuals was attached to. So for homegirl to be saying like 50 was nobody prior to him, you know, getting money in rap world, that's definitely not true. And, you know, them brothers right there is to solidify, because a lot of them is the, you know, they after the youngins that was my youngins. But like I said, that building that he's from, my mans and them used to hold that building down back in the days. That's right around the corner from Merrick Boulevard, because I'm a Brooklyn, Queens nigga, so I was out in all them areas.
Hey yo, Cross, but you heard Jaffe. Jaffe was on mad platforms, brother. Queens Flip, Mikey T, the movie star, all that. And everything he said was 50 was a fucking gangster. So he was getting money. The nigga had you heard her say, oh, he had a Benz, but you know, he wasn't getting money. If a nigga got a Benz back in 96, bruh, 95, 94, a Land Cruiser, a Range Rover, Land Cruiser, whatever it was back then, he had two top of the line vehicles. So how you get that?
Yeah. She graduated.
I want to know how nigga got it, bro. If he was getting no money, how he got it? He was broke. How you get all that, bro? Like I said, you know, I'm a 50. I rock with Fit, bro. But I'm just being real. I pull up shit that these other niggas saying. But let me get back to this shit what she's saying, bro. Because I'm gonna let her talk.
But 5 times. It was not 9. He said he came up with 5. His reasoning to me why he said he came up with 5 was because Tupac got shot 9 times. I mean 5 times. He said Tupac got shot 5 times, so he wanted to sensationalize it because he didn't want to be compared to Tupac. He wanted to make it bigger than what Tupac was. That's what. But he got shot 5 times. That's a fact.
And you were
I was in constant communication with the doctors. I was his next of kin.
Hold on. You hold on.
Because people are gonna debate.
Hold on. She said 50 Cent got shot 5 times and not 9 times. Yo, Trick. It doesn't matter how many times he got shot. He got shot multiple times. Yo, peace to God, True Darkness, Thing 3. Yo, she said he got shot 5 times, not 9 times.
And she said that because he wanted to sensationalize that because Tupac got shot 5 times, he wanted to up the amount of times that he got shot. Now, of course, people gonna listen to what's her narrative about the situation because of their involvement and having a child and everything. But don't you think that prior to this, that somebody would have been done came out and said, "Oh, Fifth only got shot 5 times. I got proof of this." That's a lot of content. Why is she the first one now that's saying it, and she can say it, and it would sound believable, being that she was involved with 50? But all I'm saying is that we got all these years that everybody known him to be shot 9 times. So once again, is she creating something to look good or to downplay 50 with what took place with him, or what?
Right. Yeah, I don't know what this thing is trying. This thing is going.
Yo, that's what I'm saying, bro. Hold up, yo, I'm about to go back to the I can hear it. She said how he all word her.
Debate. Were you there?
I was when he got shot or in the hospital.
Well, both in the shot.
I was there in front of the house when he got shot. Like I said, his grandmother was in the yard planting flowers. Marquise and I had walked him to the. I can't explain the house. Well, I kind of could, but the house had a porch, so he was still like a outside porch. So Marquise and I was standing in the outside porch. JU came and spoke. If you hear even JU's interviews, which by the way, coming soon. I have so much footage with God. Recipes JU. I got so much footage with JU, and that's gonna definitely come out soon. Yeah, we were there. Marquise and I were there. We were there. And he never placed me there. Like I said, he likes to control the narrative. He never placed me there. But Marquise and I were there. We were there. Me, Marquise's grandmother, and JU. And JU girlfriend was in the car. His girlfriend at the time was in the car.
Just going back in time real quick. So how old was Marquise when he got shot?
He was 3 years. He was about 3 going on 4.
And let's get to the house burning now, because there's a lot of speculation, a lot of stories about the house getting burnt down. You want to recap on that? You want Marquise to come in? I think Marquise is in the chat as well.
I think he wants to. One of the.
Well, let me ask you this way: what makes you say he did it, though?
We got into a fight that Monday at my lawyer's office. I have a police report. He threatened me. He tried to hit me, but I ran. He threatened me. He said he was going to have someone come do something. He said, and watch how I get down. He said it. And that Friday, but that was Monday. That Friday, I had to do my
Pizza, you lost your pizza.
I was taking my pizza to school. A Magnum car was following me. I don't know if you remember the Dodge Magnum, and everybody knew back then all of G-Unit members rode Dodge Magnum.
Yo, pause. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. We all know back then that all G-Unit members, they rolled in them what was this called? Them trucks, the motherfucking them Chevy. What's some Chevy trucks, bro? Bulletproof trucks. They all drove in. What's the name of them trucks, man? The Chevy Tahoes. They all had bulletproof Chevy Tahoes. This broad lying, bro. Let's get back to it. They all drove a Chevy Tahoe, bulletproof Chevy Tahoes.
Drove to Queens and drove to my grandma's house. Mia was already in school. I get to the courthouse. I do my deposition. I come back outside. It was a guy following me, trying to intimidate me to the point where my lawyer was so worried. So she would just please be careful. So he was trying to kick me out the house, and he couldn't get me out the house. And that's another thing where he says, like, oh, he went to Suffolk County. They gave me an eviction, but I took it to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court allowed me to stay. So he couldn't get me out the house at the time. And then his lawyer, and I have in my deposition papers, which once I started doing my YouTube channel, I could be able to side by side and bring up stuff. His lawyer actually asked me where was my evidence, and that was the first part of the house to burn down. I don't think that was a coincidence.
Right. Who's on the house at the time when it got set on fire?
That's another thing he tried to create the narrative. It was me, my boyfriend. No man lived.
Yo, she said, yeah, this is shit. She lying. Wax dog. She lying, bruh. Yo, Shabu. Did you hear what she said, bruh?
Yeah, she just sound like a scarred woman. That's all. She fucked up, excuse my expression, and now she just trying to come back with whatever. You know, you heard what Fifth said. She didn't save her money. She didn't do the right thing. So now she out on a campaign, hoping that a few people call her to a show for an interview so she could get some money. Like, it's just not adding up, you know? Just not adding up. She sound like a scorned woman, man.
Yo, Wax dog, she lying, bruh. Let's go. Let's cross back. Well, let's go back to what yo, Cross, you hear the shit she said, right? This broad is lying, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like I said again, bro, it's not even necessarily that. It's just now you add everything is more vivid now than it was the first back in the days, and it's just like it's crazy. You talking about when you was pregnant with Marquise, that he hit you? Like, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, let's go back. Let's
lived
listen,
with me in
bro.
that house. And I will repeat, no man lived with me in that house. No man, except for Marquise, and he wasn't a man at the time. He was a child. It was me, my daughter, Marquise, a family friend, and she had gotten into an argument with her husband. So it was her, her son, and my youngest sister. My mom had passed away, so I had custody of my youngest.
That can't be a true statement
How old was your children?
because during that time, she said she was in a relationship with a man.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden it was a family friend, girlfriend that was arguing with her man that ended up being there. That don't even like
Her sister and her sister kids all live in the house that this nigga paid bills for. That he
No,
bought.
I'm saying I think she just lying. I think it was that dude that was living there. She just happened to add, you know, she said her kids, and then she says the one girl, like all of a sudden this one girl that got to arguing with her husband and ended up living with you. What happened to her?
And her sister's man, some shit she said.
You can go ahead.
All right, hold on. Yeah. We there, bro. Like I said, bro, y'all niggas, y'all better support this channel. I took my time out tonight to do some shit. I used to be in bed by 8.
Well, Mia, I was about maybe 16, 17.
So those are minors. We had 2 minors, teenager, 3 minors. Was 4 minors, pretty much.
It was the minors was Marquise, my daughter, my youngest sister, and yeah, I'm not gonna say his name, but yeah, it was 4 minors.
You gotta say it, man.
Do you think it was a move to try to scare you or try to get rid of you? What do you, deep down, like, what do you think the motive was behind to really get rid of you or to scare you out of the house? Honestly speaking,
I think it was to kill us. But
Oh man!
the time.
Hold on. Pause.
Oh man!
What she said? She
That's
think it was the kid.
She said she honestly think that he was trying to kill her. Why? If he was trying to do that, he could have been did that.
She said kill us.
Yeah,
Nah,
that's crazy.
50 ain't going that far, man. It's broad jumping out the window.
Yo, bro, I'm gonna tell you my scenario. I think because the judge told her she got to pay Rick, she got another nigga living there, that she burned the house down her fucking self because she didn't want 50 to have it.
She could have been. Could have been. Because, I mean, you making some bold statements now. Now you saying the nigga wanted to kill you. If he wanted to do that, you'd have been gone. Shit. After the first messed up attempt, you'd have damn sure tried the next time. I don't know.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see this shit. Because he said something. 50 said something about it. 50 said something.
And if you felt like he was going to do that, why are you messing with his baby mama then? If you know he was going to do that to you. So that means you got away with it. You should have left him alone. Most people, somebody trying to do something to him harmful, they ain't fucking with him. Or you could have put him in jail.
But you notice he had to have the narrative because 50 said a long time ago that she can keep the crib and it's her crib and everything. She just can't bring no other nigga in there. And that was from the perspective that just like with me, I don't care whether the broad is still with me or not, But if you're gonna go around and you're gonna deal with somebody else, then let them have the whole package. I shouldn't still be responsible for making sure that you live a certain lifestyle when you chose to be with another man. Because by you making that choice, you saying this man can do just as much as I'm doing for you or better. So it was like she wanted to have her cake and eat her ice cream too. And she put out there, I left 50. But the stipulation was, yo, I'm going to get you this crib as long as you ain't got no man in there. He ain't saying that you can't have a relationship with a man, but if you're going to bring a man into a crib that I'm paying for, then let that man take over the responsibilities of that crib. But she still want to do like most bros want to do. They want to keep you hook, lock, and sinker based upon that they got a child by you. It ain't the relationship or anything anymore. I'm obligated to do extra, even though both of us made this child together.
Right.
That's crazy.
I'm trying to find a house fire. She was talking real. Oh, here she go right here. Hold on. She was talking real grimy in this house. Man, let's go back to what she was saying. Hold on.
Were in school, maybe I was there by myself, or it happened that I was just sleeping. No one's up. It was still dark outside to the point where when I heard the glass shatter,
Kamisha,
what happened was
Vegas Smirk. He's a
even though I was going to take him to school, like I said,
hold on 1 second. Hold on.
But he was sick, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna ditch this car. I don't feel safe.
Yo, check this out. Hold on. On Kamisha Glam Lounge, Smurf confirmed 50 burned the house down. Smurf have been around 50 since 2001, 2002, when he's working on his first album. Smurf don't know shit. Smurf's just clout chasing. The nigga teeth are yellow and rotten. The nigga trying to get some money to get them teeth fixed. Cassandra Martin says she a liar. You can't turn a greedy hoe into a housewife. And I know Curtis personally. She made her bed, but she forget to keep the comforter set.
That's coming from a woman.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Cassandra, facts. But let's go back to it.
They take him to school, but I'm going to take him to my grandma's house. So Marquise was sick that day. I could not sleep, and that's why I said I don't want to get all holy roll on everybody, but that's when I say, if you don't know God is real, I feel sorry for you. Because I could not sleep. At the time, I was sleeping downstairs in the guest room. Everyone else was upstairs. I waited. Like I said, a close family friend, her husband, and they got into an argument. So I waited for her, or I slept on the couch in the family room. I brought her in the house, set her upstairs, and I stayed in the guest room downstairs. I could not sleep. I kept waking up. And so I said, you know what? I said, Marquise, like, let me go check on him, because Marquise had a habit of throwing up in his sleep. So I said, you know what? Let me check on him. I was going to just check on him, and I ended up getting into bed with him. I said, let me just keep, because he was kept coughing. So I was like, you know what? I get scared.
Hold on. Why is he throwing up in his sleep? What, you not feeding that nigga? Yo, I'm gonna ask you a question. Yo, Shabu, Cross.
Yeah.
Why is this nigga throwing up in his sleep?
He might have been sick. I mean, ain't no telling, man.
She said he got a habit. She said he got a habit of throwing up in his sleep.
Well, I mean, like she said, he could have been, throwing up. But my thing is, you just happen to one night, you just happen to wake up. You're the only one up. It just happened to be dark, and you went in the room. Do you usually go and lay down with Marquise, or just this time you decided to lay in there, and then it just happened that the windows and that shit crazy. Because again, if it was so much truth to it, when that house burned down, and she's saying that she know 50 did it, then tell me why he didn't get in it. I mean, but what was the charge of that? Why was it not even in the news about it? I don't know. That's crazy.
She kept the way that she was saying it, you know, like she slept downstairs, she waited for a girlfriend to come in, she sent her upstairs, and she kept waking up. Right. Usually when a person is in that type of mode, they got a feeling that something is going to happen, but what is the reason why you feeling that something is going to happen? Because usually when situations like that occur, that means that you done violated. So now you on edge about something happening because you did something that you wasn't supposed to do.
Yeah, or your friend, the one that you allegedly was waiting on and just didn't show up, but then the house caught on fire. But you waiting on the friend, allegedly this friend, to show up at your house. You kept waking up, and somehow the friend never showed up, but your house caught on fire. Man, that sound like you said, boy. It sound like she did that.
Because the judge told her he gave you $6,700 a month now. You got another man living there. Y'all gotta pay the rent for the house. 50 was charging on rent. He owned the house. He bought the house straight up. So you gotta pay rent, nigga. Fuck that. Have another nigga smash you in the bed. I bought crazy as hell.
He's gonna throw up in the sleep. You know, and choke. Marquise's coughing kept me from being in a deep sleep, but I still was concerned about what was going on. Like I said, people were following me. They were at the courthouse, so I was concerned. But I couldn't quite get into a deep sleep. So Marquise's bedroom was in front of the house. So once I heard the glass shatter, I went to the front of the house and it was pitch dark. I couldn't see anything. So just in that second, I came from Marquise's room to the top of the stairs. I went down maybe 3 steps and the flames just shot up to the ceiling. It was just, we couldn't even make it downstairs.
So you're the first person that's seen the fire. What I'm getting from this, right? So
I heard the glass shatter. So my daughter said, she said she thought I broke something because all she heard was me cursing. But for some reason, I was so enraged. I was like, this motherfucker. This motherfucker sent somebody to burn the house down. So my daughter said she just heard glass and me cursing. So she just assumed that I dropped the glass or something. And I just kicked into action. I just got everybody out their rooms. We had like a little bonus room upstairs, like we had like a couch and a television and stuff. We couldn't go that way, so then we go to my sister's bedroom. So my sister's bedroom had like a little awning, like where the backyard and the pool was. So I kicked out the screen so we could jump down to the awning to jump out. So I saw a man there. So I got a little hesitant. I was like, oh my gosh, what if he's coming to finish us off? And it happened to be an off-duty police officer.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so he was already on the phone with 911. He said so later on I found out he saw the smoke and he saw the
Wait a minute. The fire is still in the house. If the fire is still in the house, how did you come out the backyard if the fire's in the front, but you go through the back and you see a man walking? And he just happened to be, now that's the nigga that had no business at that house. Or either he was had a business at the house or he played a part in that, bro. Come on, that don't even, how would somebody in a big house see the fire from the back of the house when it started from the front of the house and it's still in the house? I don't know. You'll see the smoke, but you ain't gonna see no damn Like, I don't know. That shit sound crazy as hell. And the fact that the daughter thought she broke glass and said this motherfucker. Sound like she was mad and set it on fire. Going off.
I mean, couldn't it be this other dude? Could it be anything else that she was involved with? Any other situations that might have caused that, other than she just saying that it was directly? I mean, right now, 50 ain't really have no reason to really take it any distance because she done messed herself up. He was giving her $25,000 a month, and now she turned around and tried to take him to court to get more money, and the judge broke it down from 25,000 to 6,700. So, what did he have to really gain out of that situation? Is there something else that was going on that you're not speaking about? Because people be having a lot of things that be taking place that's not known, that it could have been something that she was going through with another nigga or the nigga that she was supposed to been with, that now that the money is cut down. Like,
right.
It just sounds like it's more to this story other than what she's doing and pointing it at 50, because 50 is in a whole better position right now. He only got to give you, he giving you less than 1/3. He giving you 1/3 of what he was giving you before. So why all of a sudden now he want to go and set the house on fire when instead of giving you $25,000 a month, he only got to give you $6,700 a month.
Right. And on top of that, think about this. What is it? They was trying to run a play on somebody there. It was George. They running a play, and she wait on whoever to come back to the house. And somebody, you don't know, like you said, you don't know what transpired. But for her to go straight to say it was 50, and he tried to burn us up. It's like, come on, bro. That's a far fetch. And on top of that, I think she was trying to do that to get the damage, get some money or some insurance or one of the pity parties, the house, and it didn't go the way she wanted.
Because 50 owned the house. Because 50 owned the house. Or the house is a marquee.
But I'm saying,
listen, either trying to get a pity party or get the insurance money, but she realized the house was a Marquise name.
Right.
50's
That's
name
what I
and
was
not hers.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. That's what I'm saying. That's why she did it. Because again, like Shabu said, it went from 25,000 to 67.
Wack said she lost 19,000.
See what I'm saying? So therefore, her lifestyle changed, and I think she got pissed off and set that motherfucking house on fire. Pissed off, and she was mad as hell, and it didn't go the way she wanted to. Because you don't see her. Ain't nobody nowhere in the hell somebody said, "Mama beat on me, tried to burn me up in the house," and I'm nonchalant about it. Well, like, yeah, that's just the way it was back then. It's like, and you let him go this long, and he did all this to his son. But then somehow, in the midst of him trying to burn y'all up, he somehow kindled a relationship where y'all all went and had Christmas holiday dinner with the grandfather and Sierra. Man, that shit don't even make sense.
And that's her narrative, that it was somebody that threw something through the glass and the house went on fire. Nobody else in the house, she set it up where nobody else could verify anything that she's saying. All the daughter said was she heard the glass break. So, I mean, how do we know how it really popped off other than what she's saying that took place? And the most person to have the ill feelings toward any situation right now, once again, is her. She's the one that lost all that money making that dumb move.
And think about it. What her daughter said. Her daughter said she allegedly she said, because it's funny how she's telling every time she's telling the story. And if you notice on that live, The first thing what dude said, Marquise is in the chat. You want me to let him on? She didn't want him on because she wanted that. She wanted the limelight. She kept on talking. She said, well, yeah, if you want him to, but she didn't want to get off to let him on there. That's what I'm saying. Like the narrative she's playing, and she's the one telling this story. And I get it. That's her way of looking at it. But it's impossible for you to tell me, when did y'all make up, knowing the fact this man tried to burn y'all up? Or did y'all go and hang with Sierra then before that happened? Or was it after? Because if it was after, that does not make sense. It don't make sense. None of that makes sense. That if this man was that much abusive to you and beat you like that, gave you the money, and then
hold on, pause. I'm gonna cut you off. Cassandra Martin said, why should he pay for you to lay up for free and your son is a grown-ass man now? Little people do little things. Ain't no money like whole money, like Ho's money. But the best money is to get up and go money.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Shout out to Cassandra.
Yeah, that's why I said it don't make sense. And you telling me all these horrific stories, but if nigga was that damn evil and beating you like that, one, he would not have gave you $25,000, and you hadn't even went to court. He just decided to give that to you and get your house. And you telling this story now, like and the only reason why is because 50 is in the algorithm and his baby mama is.
Facts. She's telling that story now because she's trying to, because you see what she did as soon as that shit came out about it being 50 baby mother, she started dropping shit and her son started dropping shit. Like, yo, your father told you, if you want to get in contact with him, you know how to get in contact with him. Don't go through TMZ or no internet. Call him. That's what 50 told Charlamagne. And I believe that shit, bro. You don't gotta go to the internet to get in contact with me, nigga.
No, I believe what you're saying, Boy, because I think 50 type of person, especially if he sees somebody, even in social media, if they DM'd him or they called him on FaceTime on Instagram and he see who it is, I'm pretty much sure he gonna, you know what I'm saying, he reachable. That's why I'm saying it should be no reason. But I see what we're looking at, it's not even 50 and it ain't even the son. It's her. It's her drawing a wedge between father and son. You know, the old school, even women that raise sons alone said, I can't teach you how to be a man, but you done took over this young man and you got him thinking that his dad is the most evil person because some of the things he do to you. But the crazy part about it is you ain't looking at it from the high side. It's like, she's on there bashing your daddy too. And only time I've seen 50 go at his son or make fun of his son when, like you say, when his son posts shit and say something about him. That's when he responds. Yeah. So you go ahead.
Yeah. Yo, if 50 could squash beef with Fat Joe, the Locks, and all these other niggas, the only people he can squash beef with Rick Ross,
Cameron,
and Cameron too. Yeah, Cameron too. The only people he can squash the beef with is Murder Inc. and Rick Ross. So if he can squash beef with all these people, don't you think he embrace his son and his son came like, yo, Dad, I was wrong. I apologize. I miss you and I love you. That should break his heart and he'll crack. Just like all men are crack, man. No matter what.
But you know what it is, though, Born? When you got the woman, the mother in the background feeding them, and that's what I said once again, once you become a teenager and you going into manhood, it's your obligation to create your own relationship with your father, no matter what your mother been feeding you all these years. Because you can see through everything that she's saying, like Cross said, she been trying to keep a wedge between them because once they get together, she no longer in the picture. And you got some baby mothers that they'll make sure that they keep the father in the child's life and then you got other baby mothers that they scorn for one reason or another, and they try and do everything to distance the relationship between the child, you know what I'm saying, and his father. So
Hey, yo,
she
let
strikes
me
me like one of those type of broad.
And let me tell you some funny shit though, right? She said she met 50 in 2008. 50 was on the red carpet of Vivica A. Fox. What was that, 2003, 2004? Do y'all remember that?
But she accepted that part of the game. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
No, I'll say she was on a 50 was on red carpet of Vivica A. Fox in 2003, 2004. And she said she broke off in 2008. But she's with that nigga from 2006, some shit like that, 2005. She's saying this shit. Let's listen. Let's listen, y'all. Cause I'm about to take my ass to bed in a minute, but I want to get this shit over with. I want y'all to hear this shit, yo.
He said the highway, whichever way he takes, it didn't take him that way. He saw the smoke, came up the driveway, and saved our lives.
This shit. Save the house.
Y'all got out from the downstairs or the upstairs? From upstairs
We
window?
couldn't make it downstairs. I said, like, I got to the fourth step, and the flames engulfed. Like, it just shot. Like, literally, it looked like a movie. Like, I can't explain. Like, it just like it just went from the floor to the ceiling. So we couldn't make it downstairs.
So what did you do? You jumped out the windows?
Yeah, we jumped out the window out of my sister. My sister, where her bedroom was towards the back of the house. So she had an awning, like from the sliding door. So we jumped down from her window to the awning to the floor. But the off-duty police officer was there to break our fall.
oh man.
But I have police report that he threatened me. I have all of that. Yeah. I never changed my story. From the 911 call, the man asked me who did it to me. I said, my story never changed. It never changed.
This bitch stuttering too much. You know she lying.
Did you speak to him after that?
Who?
50 Cent.
No, not after. Then we're in court for child support at this time, in custody. So no, he said out his press statement, I hope everyone's okay. Then he calls Marquise like days later, but then I hear him questioning him. And so I got on the phone and I was like, what are you asking me these questions? But he's questioning like, where you at? Like, and I'm just like, at this point, like, you don't need to know where we're at. Like, it's safety. He said, shut the fuck up, bitch. And he started cursing at me or whatever, and I hung up the phone. So I think Chris Lighty had got in contact with me. He wanted to give him because I was like, he wanted to give Marquise his own phone so he could talk to his dad. And a box full of big clothes, like maybe like about 4 pants and about 6 shirts. Like that's what his father gave him, a telephone and 4 pants and 6 shirts.
Oh, so Marquise was still talking to his father at that time.
Well, no one had phones. Like after I ended up getting a phone because no one, like I didn't, it's the fire. I think my daughter was the only one who grabbed her phone because I didn't even have a phone. Like I was in my pajamas, like literally, not to be so graphic or vivid. Like I didn't have any underwear. So, like I had on like it was a little juicy cover up. It was terry cloth, and I would wear it as pajamas. I didn't even have on underwear, shoes, nothing. I didn't have a phone. So we all were coughing. So the paramedics told us that
that bitch was up there having sex, bro.
She said, juicy on. I had no trouble. Like, what the what? Had a juicy shirt on. I had my pajamas on. I had no underwear. Whoa, what is you talking about? That's crazy. So play that back. What she said, bro. It's crazy.
I'm playing back, yo. I'm playing back, yo. This is bullshit, bro.
the fuck up, bitch. He started cursing at me or whatever, and I hung up the phone. So I think Chris Lighty had got in contact with me. He wanted to give him, because I was like, he wanted to give Marquise his own phone so he could talk to his dad. and a box full of big clothes, like maybe like about 4 pants and about 6 shirts. Like that's what his father gave him, a telephone and 4 pants and 6 shirts.
Oh, so Marquise was still talking to his father at that time.
Well, no one had phones. Like after I ended up getting a phone, because no one, like, I didn't, you know, it's the fire. I think my daughter was the only one who grabbed her phone, because I didn't even have a phone. Like I was in my pajamas, like literally, not to be so graphic or vivid. Like I didn't have any underwear. Like I had on like it was a little juicy cover up. It was terry cloth, and I would wear it as pajamas. I didn't even have no underwear, shoes, nothing. I didn't have a phone.
Yeah, hold on.
So
What you doing? What you
we
doing
were
in the bed with your?
coughing,
Hold on.
so we
Hold on.
all coughing. So the
I got to ask you a
paramedics told us
question. We all men. What the fuck are you doing in the bed with your son with a little juicy cover up, no panties on, and all that shit?
Bro,
That's what I want to know.
It don't, even if you had pajama pants on and you didn't have a bra on or no panties on, doesn't matter. Why would you say that? Like, that's crazy. I had no panties on. I don't want to be graphic, but I had. Where did that come from? Like, why would you add that little bit? Then she said that 50 said cussed her out and hung up on him. But then he says, "Oh, so you talked to 50?"
She hung up on him.
Yeah, but then he asked the question, "Oh, so somebody talked to 50?" She said, "Oh, we didn't have, I think my daughter had a phone. We didn't have no phones." So wait a minute. So how did the assistant them get a hold of you? Because you would have said, "Well, my daughter had a phone." She said, then she said, "I didn't have a phone." And then that's when she went into her description of what she had on. But you initially said you hung up on them, but then you turned around and said that you didn't have a phone and your daughter was the only one that had the phone. So I don't know.
And then 50 gave Marquise a phone, and she said a big box. But then when she described what was in the box, if it was a big box is going to have way more than 6 pair of pants and 4 shirts. And then what about shoes? Like why would he send him some pants and some shirts, but you ain't gonna send your son no shoes after a fire? This broad is she on one, man.
Shoes, underwear, socks, toiletries. If he talked to the sister, you tell me the sister just went and got him 6 pair of pants and some shirts.
Talk about Chris Lighty got it for him. Even if Chris Light got it for him, Chris Light would have got him way more than that show, because he knows 50's son.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yo, yeah, man, I'm about to end this live, man. I just want to do this, man, because yo, man, it's time to check these people, man. They are liars, yo. They don't that Me Too movement. She's trying to do what Cassie did to Diddy to 50, bro. Saying 50 R words and all that, bro. That's crazy.
She missed that boat. She was supposed to jump on that when the wave came. It would have hit harder. Now you trying to jump on that wave. That's not gonna work, because again, if that was the case, then where's your documentation? Where's all this? She's like, "Well, I got all screenshots." Well, if you got all these things that can incriminate the man and you've never done it, and Marquise is a grown ass man now, you trying to do it for clout. You're not trying to do it to get no justice for what the wrongdoing he did to you and your son. You trying to get viral. You trying to get up and go viral. That's why they're making it a part 2. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, but yo, I appreciate everybody for coming up, man. This is the King, New Jersey. This BTBTV. We bully the bullies. I'm your honorable host, born divine Almighty Allah. I got Shabu B Allah. I got Cross Your Heart Clothing, Cross Your Heart, the Plug Podcast. I got Mac Mizzle up here, man. And like I said, we ain't no Bloods or no Crips. We doing our own thing. BTB TV started its own game. Like, nigga, what? And we out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.